Congratulations, you have finished your project. You're ready to be done. How do you know you're done? Well, you've gotten to the end of your warp. All of your papers are off. Make sure you save those papers. They'll be coming in handy again for the next project. So you're done. You're ready to cut it off. So you cut it off the back. That's simply what you do. And the big reveal is when you get to undo that front cog stopper and you get to pull it off the loom. It's so amazing. I just finished another scarf and I'm really happy about that. So what do you do to take it off the front? You simply untie those bows. Don't get frustrated. They can be a little sticky to get undone because they've been tied for a little while now. Be patient and untie those bows. And when you get done untying them, then it will be free from the loom and you can put the loom aside. It's ready for its next project, or you can warp it up. Yay. So set that aside. And what you're going to do is that first little chunk of yarn that you put on there to just help spread out the warp, that can come off. And then what I like to do is make sure there's no knots, make sure it's all nice and clean. And then what I do to finish for a scarf is I tie little knots, about 3 or 4 strings I take together, and I push a little knot up. So to simply do this, I just put it over the top and I pull it and kind of cinch it up right up next to where the warp or the weaving is done. Now, once you get one side done, I turn it over and I get to the other side and do the same thing. Then I like to give my edges a little haircut or make them all even. So a ruler is handy for this and a pair of scissors. And I usually do around 6 inches or so on both sides. So once you do one side, then I just simply turn it over, kind of lay them out, and do the other side. Once you've got it cut, you are good to go and wash it. Excuse the mess in my paint sink in my studio. But I like to take a bucket of water and just hand wash. Now you could throw it in the washing machine and wash it with your other clothes, but I like to just do it for this first round separate. So fill a little bit of water and a little bit of soap into a bucket or into your sink and give it a nice good swishing in the water. Dump out that soapy water and then you're going to rinse out with clean water. Clean warm water is what I like to do. This should only take a few minutes of squeezing it out, washing it out. I usually do it 1 or 2, 3 times depending on making sure that all of my soap is out. Then give it a nice good wring and you should be good to go hang it outside. So let's walk this outside and hang it up. I like to hang mine up in the sun or just outside in the nice breeze. I have a drying rack. My kids do like to put their wetsuits on it. So let me take those off and we'll hang up our scarf to let it dry. Make sure it's not tangled, and I like to kind of just make sure that there's not any big wrinkles in it as much as possible so that it can dry evenly. I'll let it dry, and then the last step I like to do is iron it before I try it on, and voila, we have our scarf done.